Hi guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to use Django Models API to interact with your database, to create some data, and then to make some queries. And then we will create our student, we will populate our student. So we created a model called learner. We'll populate that table. So there's a table that Django created which is called learner. We'll be populating that, and then I'll also show you how to use the admin and show you how to add data using the admin interface, the Django admin interface. Okay, so let's get going with that. So to launch the Django Models API, you run Python shell, and this thing is going to launch the Django Models API shell. Let me make this thing bigger. So what you want to do, you want to say from your app, which is student, dot models import learner. And then, so what can we do? We can check if we have any data. We can say learner dot objects dot all, and since we don't have any data, you can see this thing is an empty set. So let's create our first learner, and then we'll just call it L1 equals to learner. And then according to the way we defined our model, we have to give it a name. And then we'll just say the name is pt3, which is myself, and then age equals to 24. Then we are not getting any error, so let's say L1. So you can see we have the learner object. So what we can do, we can save it. Now we can save it into the database. Right now it's not saved into the database, but then when we apply this method, the save method, it's going to be saved. And now when we run that query again, you will see we don't have an empty set anymore. But this thing doesn't really give any useful information. I'll show you later how to solve that. So for now, I can just create another learner. It's going to be L2. So this one we just call him events. Then age can be 22. And then if we check L2, so we can also save L2. Okay, so now that we have two learners, so what we can do is we can go into the admin side and check these learners here. So let's do that. So for that we need to go into the admin, and then we need to say from dot import models import learner, and then we can say admin dot register. So it's admin dot site dot register, and then we register that learner model. So what this does, if you go into the admin page, into the admin side, you won't see anything unless you do this thing here. Okay, let me comment it out and then show you what I mean. So if I terminate this session, so I'm just gonna say quit. And then if I create, for you to be able to launch the admin, you need to create the admin user, and then for that to run Python manage.py create super user. So since this is my laptop, like my username is already defined into the system, so I'm just gonna say blank space. I'm not gonna define any email, I'm gonna enter my password. So the admin user has been created. So now we can go into the browser and launch the admin site. And then for that you need to say admin. The reason we get this is because we didn't run the server. So we have to run the server. Let's hope we don't get any errors. So we don't have any errors. So let's reload this. So my username was this. Let's log in. So if you check into the admin, we don't have any learner module. Our app is not registered yet. That's why I was doing this thing here. So I need to uncomment this thing. Firstly, I'm gonna terminate the launcher, the server. So the server is terminated. And now we can register this learner module. Then we can run the server. Now if you reload your page, you will see that we have our student app and then we have this model learner. And then if you click it, you will see the two learners that we registered. But you don't want them to be listed like this. Maybe you want to see the name. You don't want to see learner object 2. It doesn't give you any information. So to fix that, we need to create a method in our modules. And this is how you create that method. So right now it's going to return the name instead of that thing that it was doing. So if you go into the page and reload this page, you will see that we get the actual names now. So that's how you fix that. And then now what you want to do, we can maybe check how to use that min to add another learner. You can click this thing here. So here we'll just add another learner called Gary. Then maybe let's say this one is 20 years old. We can save the learner. Maybe we want to edit this learner. We can edit it, then save it. So now we have our learners. So what we want to do now, we want to go into our views and then show the actual learners instead of just having this thing on our page. So right now if you go to our home page, you just have this. So we want to fix this. So we can say learners equals to, first you need to import that model. Set learner. You want to make this thing a list, Python list. Then in this dictionary, I want to create a variable, a key, learners, and then pass that learners list here. So now we have access to this information in our template. We can pull it in our template here. So I'm just gonna add another element, h2. There's a list of our learners. So this is how you write Python statements in your templates. You create this open brackets with this percentage symbols, and then we're gonna say for student in students, then you want to end your for loop, and then in here we want to create an li item, and this li item is going to be student.name. Let's see if this works. Hopefully we won't get an error. So we have that, but we don't have the list of our learners, which means something is wrong. Let's confirm this. So it's learners. It's not supposed to be student, it's supposed to be learners. So we can say learner. Now we should have something. So now we have the list of all those learners listed with their names. So the project requirements was that these things have to be clickable link, which takes you to the detail page. So we can do that, can convert them to links. So since we don't have the details page yet, we can just make a link which doesn't go anywhere. So now these are links, you can click them but they don't go anywhere. Another requirement was to have a link to the registration page. We'll also create that link. So to create that link, just do this. Let's create this link. Since we also don't have the registration page, this link won't go anywhere. We just want to display it on the page for now. So this is the link. When we click it, it doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, this is it for this video. So in the next video, we'll make these links work here. We are going to create the learner detail page. So thank you guys for watching the video. See you in the next video.